There are a lot of people to turn to for financial advice, but in a sea of voices, who should you trust? WSAV's Ben Singer sat down with an expert who has been sharing her good advice to audiences all across the country.
You may have seen Rachel Cruze on national TV recently, helping people achieve financial freedom. She is carrying a torch passed by her father, Dave Ramsey. He's the financial guru who has spent decades teaching people how to be smart with money, using how he overcame his own bankruptcy as a guide. I talked with Rachel Cruze about how we can achieve our money goals in 2024. What is the first step? Where should people start?
The number one, honestly, it's not as tactical, but it really is it's important. And that's your mindset. I mean, there is something about being proactive with your money.
Here's what being proactive looks like: getting out of debt, living on a budget, and projecting out, meaning saving for retirement.
Well, in 2024, I think it's a great goal to have to get out of debt. And what I would encourage people to do is list out all of your debts on a sheet of paper, smallest amount to largest amount.
You're advising to pay off the smallest debt regardless of the interest rate.
That's right. So you want to pay off the smallest debt first, regardless of the interest rate, pay minimum payments on everything, and attack the smallest debt first.
And she says to consider a side hustle in the so-called gig economy to get out of debt more quickly. Things like being a virtual assistant or driving for Uber.
So to get $1,000 a month for a side hustle to put towards your debt is actually very realistic when you look at it. It takes a lot of work and sacrifice, and I don't want people to live like that forever. But when you have an aggressive goal like getting out of debt, the more income you can bring in and the less expenses going out, the faster you're going to get out of debt.
But how do you help people cut out the bloat? Like, what is maybe a thing that people think is a need but is really a want?
Well, I talk about the 4 walls, which are the 4 things you need to budget for first and make sure are covered before anything else. And these are your true needs, which is food, shelter, utilities, and transportation. Making sure all that's covered. Now, even within that, you want to be careful because food, for instance, we all need food, but we don't need a steak dinner out at a restaurant with cocktails and all the things every single night, right? That can add up very quickly. So you want to be careful within those categories that you really are being conservative in your spending in those.
I'm sure when it comes to retirement planning, a lot of people are like, well, how much money do I need? And obviously, that's a very personal question. So where do people start with that?
Sure. So I want people completely debt-free but their house with 3 to 6 months of expenses saved in the bank before they do retirement, which freaks a lot of people out. But honestly, the more of a strong financial foundation you can have before retirement, the easier it is. And then you can press play on retirement. And I recommend funding 15% of your income into retirement. And just know that regardless of where you are financially, regardless your debt level, your income level, anyone can take control of their money. And so I just want to encourage people that if money's a stress point in your life, you really can change your mindset and your habits for the better.
Every year, the Ramsey team does a live stream in January to help people with their financial resolutions. It's streaming right now on their YouTube channel. Also, Rachel has written her first children's book called I'm Glad for What I Have, and it teaches kids about contentment. You can see our entire interview right now at WSAV.com. Ben Singer, WSAV News 3 on your side.